We're good. Join us for the pledge.
The pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. We'll call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. I'll take a motion to approve the agenda and the minutes. I'll second it. All right, there's a motion and a second. All in favor, aye? Aye. All right, Rich, good morning.
Morning. A couple things, the paving is done on Dogwood, it needs some shoulders and some paint yet out there. I think the rock run might even be wrapped up over on the west side of the county now. We did have a bid letting last week for the DOT for the bridge that's on Dogwood. That one got held up with environmental stuff, but the apparent low bid will go to Rognus Brothers. I'll bring paperwork next week so we can determine whether you're awarded or not. We had 5 bidders on the project. They ranged from $408,541 all the way up to $812,000 for a twin box. So we boxed all it in there, so the bridge. Engineer's estimate was $591,000 change, and in our program was $600,000, so we came in pretty good for estimated dollars in that. So I'll bring stuff next week for that award. Be taken care of, and then we can get that project back. Late start dates next year. We don't know whether they'll. Obviously, we don't have it awarded, so we really can't do much about scheduling it or anything like that. But depending on how things go, it's still a month out before they get all the contracts and stuff signed. So
where's the man that bridge already?
yeah, I think it's posted.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
I can't remember what it is. We'll get that taken care of here, either late this year or next year. So I'll bring it next week for you guys to review and act on.
The updates on the.
Yep,
Yeah.
I talked to them last week and they were gonna do some checking yet, but I think we can drop a 9-foot diameter rail car pipe in there.
Okay.
So I'll get that stuff. And I did email our supplier last week. Find what they had in on hand, so
Okay.
maybe get one coming this way and drop it in there. We put one in there, we don't gotta take the back walls out.
Right.
So it'll be a lot easier to just drop it in there and backfill around it. And
Good.
make sure you put a low spot in there. I think the only thing we were worried about was backwater on that water tower, that communications tower site.
Oh,
Not very much higher than the road, but I think we can dig the road out, make a spillway. So to make it work that way.
okay.
Yeah, so and we'll just do it ourselves. We'll drop it in there. It seems like a pretty simple project for us to do. So.
Yeah.
Yep,
Sounds good.
I got for you.
Is anything for Rich?
As you said, no, so the little pavement south of 9 on Dogwood there, we didn't overlay that.
No, we didn't do that. And I guess it's probably, I kind of figured we maybe hold off on it. I don't want to call it a dead end, but it's
Right.
it dead ends on gravel. That, and then there's that little Wheelerwood that goes south too, there's some things down there that we didn't do the cut across either, so maybe we can do a smaller project with those 3 tail enders in there. I didn't want to put it as part of market cost just yet, because I wanted to kind of make sure we got it. I know that it's a shortcut in town there at south end.
Yeah, they just paved that.
I think it's kind of managed separately with some other things. I know it's probably gonna be questionable why we didn't do it, but it's
Yeah.
get to the point with the way the funding becomes, do we save that miles money for something else that's a more of a through street than it is just.
It's not terrible. It's just.
It's not terrible yet.
got
We can kind of
cracks.
handle it for a while and see what happens. It might not need all that reclamation and stuff that we done in projects. Because sooner that we're gonna start picking and choosing what we're gonna keep to a higher standard. And I'm not saying we won't keep that to a paved standard, but
Right.
maybe not do as much work to it as we did the rest of the stretch that we wanted. So.
Appreciate it.
Good. Anything else? Nope. Thank you, Rich. Drainage. You guys saw that drone footage for that one over there, what's the ethanol plant? What? We want to try to get somebody in there to clean that stretch out and see
I haven't planned anything. I mean, if it's obviously a low area there and that's been settling out, so it's probably needs to be built back to original depth again.
Right.
They have done less than 10 years, I think.
Yeah. It could be just one of those, like say, it's weird how sometimes you get that. That's just a settling point for it, and maybe it's just full of silt in there.
You can see that. I mean, I doubt if it's gonna, there's no way you can dig it repairing. You're probably still doing this in the project.
Well, that, it's got the
Plus, I'd
outlet.
say there's 13 inches plus runs above that ditch transport last summer, so it's obviously gonna be water. It's been missing.
The way the water's not moving. They marked where they wanted to do it. The water's not moving because you didn't clean this part down to the south too, so I do think they ought to turn the corner there and.
Even if they.
What good does it do to clean it out if the water's still not moving, it's been blocked down, if it's a bottleneck, like you said?
Well, one thing we do is check with engineering. There's a
That's what I
reason,
mean.
I mean, it's,
There's a reason that
Both
water's
ways
sitting
did
there
that.
stagnant.
well, it's because it's a shallow, it'll sit there stagnant in that. For sure. I don't think the
So
water
it's that
flows
flat,
through there.
even if it gets cleaned
It has
out.
to get fuller up above before it actually goes in. But we can check with engineering, they can tell you, I mean, not have all the engineering specs on that.
They're gonna be here today, so let's ask them to
What the
check
depth
back on
is to
that
see.
project, see when it was done.
I have no problem dipping that out and maybe go up there to go around the third a little bit there. That's, that's.
It should be noticeable where it's. Got silt in it or not.
Also, you should go tell the original bottlenecks.
Yes, let's see, we'll get some info from, Bolton and Macon on when it was done.
Yep.
What they suggest, and then probably just get somebody in there to clean it, clean the bottom out. Go from there,
15 at the most, 12 each, but-
and then,
Right, so that's right.
there was also an email come through on 14. Check roll, right?
Oh, yep, yep.
Out here,
That's
and
brand.
spraying the trees and stuff, so I don't know, I'm assuming Val probably talking to.
It did, when you spray them, what, October 26th?
I guarantee you. We had that
They
before.
have to spray it again.
Spray it again. Right. And then there was also talk, to look at a lateral or a upper main. Spots were replacing, it sounds like some bad.
Fixed 4 times.
Yeah.
This is all the paperwork.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, I also have Val follow up with him on the process, and then let them see what the history is on it, so. Okay. Anything else on drainage? I don't even see any claims or anything, so. No. Yeah. Regular claims though. Yeah.
On the regular claims. I understand that Mason City Fire and Rescue or ambulance lost the check.
Did not receive it.
Oh, didn't even receive
Did not
it.
receive it.
Anyway, they don't have it.
Right.
So my question is, and explain it to me, because I know corp doesn't work like government. Is we approved the claims back on May 13th. To pay them $70,000 donation. Now we're gonna approve it again.
No, we're just replacing the check. We're not giving it to them again.
No, I realize that. Well, that was my question. In other words, it already got approved in those claims. Why can't we just cut a check against that approval back in May? Why does we have to approve it again?
Or check to go back up, because they had to sign a form.
Well, I found out they signed a form that said if they find that old check, or if it does show up, they won't cash it. So that's all kosher. I'm just trying to figure out why it's on today's claims. When it already got approved back in May, and why we can't, just because the check got lost, we can't cut a check against that approval back in May. I'm just asking a question. Because we've never lost anything
I need to
before.
look because I was.
Oh,
It says-
it does say
Well,
right
it
in
does
there.
mess up the funds and stuff.
Yeah, and
That's kind of-
and we're doing it in Department 29, which only has like $5,000 in it. So we're gonna take $70,000 out of it. You're gonna have to do a budget amendment to fix this problem that they caused.
Just wait, I don't have enough information to talk about it today.
Okay. So should we approve the claims less that one?
I didn't, it's on that one,
Yeah,
because I thought it was gonna be, what's that?
That's awesome.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the claims, less the check, reissuing of the check to Mason City Fire and Ambulance or Rescue for the $70,000 until more research is done. Yeah, to make sure we get it in the proper area.
There's a motion, there's a second.
I can second that.
Okey-dokey. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Is that it for claims? No payroll, nothing? Reports? No reports? Payroll eligibility? New employee at Public Health, Morgan, new nurse. Point seven.
Make the motion to approve the payroll.
Okay, there's a motion by Mark to approve the payroll. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Liquor license for the Joe Stop. Motion to approve liquor license. For a second,
I'll second it.
discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Resolutions 2024-44. Resolution objecting to the Iowa Utilities Board authority for privately owned and operated carbon dioxide pipelines. Whereas on June 25th, 2024, the Iowa Utilities Board found Summit Carbon Solutions could be vested with the right of eminent domain. Whereas Worth County does not believe Summit meets the public use requirement of the Fifth Amendment, which means that the government should not arbitrarily take one person's private property rights and transfer it to another simply for private economic gain. In this matter, Summit is seeking eminent domain over 859 parcels. Through this process, Summit is seeking private gain through a taking of private property that does not provide public use. Therefore, it is hereby resolved that the Worth County Board of Supervisors of Worth County, under the authority of Iowa Code 331.301, shall exercise any power and perform any function it deems appropriate to protect and preserve the rights, privileges, and property of the county and its residents, and to preserve and improve the peace, safety, health, welfare, comfort, and convenience of its residents. Therefore, the Worth County Board of Supervisors object to the use of eminent domain for private economic gain, and the decision by the Iowa Utilities Board that Summit could be vested with the use of eminent domain for this project. This resolution declared and adopted August 26, 2024. And this would be sent to the Iowa Utilities Board on approval. So is there a motion to approve resolution 2024-44?
Thank you. Do you have Iowa Utility Board or Iowa Utility Commissioner?
Board.
It's changed.
Thank you. There's a motion there.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Would we like to change the language to Iowa Utilities Commission if that's the way they're operating?
Whatever they're using.
I think it should be good either way, but I mean, I can do it properly to get.
Okay, so I got a motion and a second with the adjustments and corrections made. Any other discussion? Roll call vote, Lowberg,
Aye.
so maybe,
Aye.
Stone, aye. Resolution is duly adopted. I'm sure I'll have to sign it again, but we'll have
Yeah.
Jeff make that change, and then I can sign it again.
Send them both.
All right, building and grounds, anything?
No.
All quiet,
Just know.
no air, working on that, I guess. Top of Iowa water main, so we've got a change order number 2. All right. Change order number 2 was probably the addition of those culverts. It was 3,600 addition of those culverts to those driveways. So is there a motion to approve change order number 2?
I'll make that a motion.
Okay, all right, so any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, change order approved. Okay. Now we've got pay estimate number 2, final pay estimate for Bob McCannis Excavating. Final pay is $16,850. Their motion to approve the final pay estimate.
I'll make that a motion.
A second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Okay, certificate of completion. Is resolution 2024-43 is the certificate of completion that Feenstra and Kim hereby certifies they have made on-site review of completed construction of top of Iowa water main project.
Resolution.
Okay, there's a motion to approve the resolution. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, Lowberg, Smithy,
Aye.
Stone, aye. Resolution's adopted. Right, that's it for the water main, right? Okay, Linworth Betco, Melissa.
Tomorrow I have the Housing Summit Planning Committee at NICOG. And then there's 2 events in September, and I'll just put it in the chat for that rural summit that First Citizens Bank does. And then WCTA is inviting people to their cybersecurity summit at the casino. So I just put both of those 2 in the chat.
Sounds good. You guys have anything for Melissa? No. All right, thank you. Nothing, water, wastewater. Department head discussion. Welcome back, Nan.
Welcome back. I do have a couple of things. One of our contractors working on the expedition drove through the heater core. So that's gonna be out of commission here for a few weeks, but they are gonna pick up all the price on that and cost of replacing it. The dash has to be pulled out, but we do have an extra vehicle in the back to use for them, so that'll just be out of commission. Testing was Saturday. We did have 3 individuals make it through the first round of testing. One of them is a certified officer already from the state of Iowa. One is a certified officer out of South Dakota. So we'll move them on into the MMPIs and the health physicals. So that's all I have right now.
You're looking for 2, right?
Looking for 2. Okay. Right now, 1 later on this year.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Dan. Any other department heads? Comments, questions? Supervisor Weekly Compensation Board appointment. Take a motion to approve Randy Oswald and Beth Buer as the board of supervisors compensation board members. For a second?
Second it.
All right. Any discussion on it? Hearing none, all in favor, aye. Aye, opposed? All right, our compensation board is full. Eminent domain, we have, one of them moving out of county. I'm gonna talk to Chris Gordon. There's a gal that's been working with her that lives east of Mandan. I believe she's a realtor now. That's what we gotta find out. Otherwise, I think we've got all the realtors.
We did the last time we went.
Didn't we?
And we struggled last time.
I think Chris was the last one.
Jordan Helgeson has his realtor license.
Oh, he does. That works for you?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. We need options when it comes next. There's not very many realtors to fill that position. So, yeah, I'll talk with Chris and then if that's not it, then we'll talk with Jordan. So, cool. Cause it's a very well-paying job. All right, Supervisor Weekly, Enos, you have anything?
Just that meeting of public health after the meeting last Monday, and I thought that went very well.
I agree.
I know there was some issues that were brought up about the employee handbook, and you guys are working on that.
We will be.
You know,
Work on that.
we did get it. Going back 2.5 years. The assessor has their own handbook. They can have their own handbook. They can use the county handbook if they want, but if they don't want to, they get to have their own handbook. We have no control over it. And the board itself for the assessor doesn't even have to vote on it. And she put her handbook together, sent it to Renee. I got the emails where Renee sent it back and said it looks fine to me. So, yeah, they won't be included unless she changes her mind in that handbook. So I know we got a few emails on it. But before anybody goes, I got quite a bit of information here 2.5 years ago. That's all I had.
Same meeting there, and then we followed up with the board of health meeting afterwards, and just general discussion about what's for hiring. And, going forward, Michelle's got some great ideas. Probably saw by the county website, we just got all this high dose flu vaccines, which is definitely gonna bring some revenue to the county, and so that's good. Plus, I think she's still presenting with the grants and stuff where we can get in there this year and probably not into the next budget season. But, you know, putting out over 300,000 out of the budget because of the changes made. Plus, we are back to offering services for the county. So, hopefully that'll continue to go, and maybe we can get to the positive side for the next year and a half to 2 years. That'd be all. Great to have some enthusiasm. Things are really going good in there. They're working as a team. Everybody just seems a lot happier and just, you know, from what we all went through in the last 6 months. So that's a positive side of it.
Very good, very good. Well, I'd say meeting with you guys, with Board of Health, very happy with how it's going. Look forward to the future there. I think it'll be a very good thing, so. That's all I have. Anything we need to put on for next week's agenda? Okay, nothing that anybody can think of. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned. See you at 9:30.
Yes, at 9:30.